Okay, good morning, judges in LDPF and policy. I'm going to show you what your ballot looks like. If you'd like to see what the inside of the rooms looks like, please watch the video for Extemp judges and competitors. Because since these competitions don't start until tomorrow, I'm not going to open up the room yet. So the first thing we're going to need to do is log in. So right straight away, it should bring me to a page that shows my ballot. And I also see the squad room for the team that I'm judging for and the judge check-in, check-out. Tomorrow morning, please make sure that you are in the judge check-in, check-out by 8:30 a.m. so that we can check you in to begin judging, and we will then be able to give you your ballot. So you can just kind of refresh this screen and you'll see your ballot pop up as soon as it's ready. So it will say your name as the judge. I'm using my husband's account to demo this. It'll say what level of competition it is. This is a junior varsity policy round, that it starts on Saturday at 9 a.m. You and the competitors should be in the round before the start time, if at all possible. We'll be checking all of the rooms at 9 a.m. and it will tell you who the competitors are. If you are in policy or LD, it will tell you who's the AF and who's the neg. In PF, it will tell you who the two competitors are because you'll hold the coin flip inside the room. But I'm going to go ahead and click start so that I can see my ballot. So now I'm on my ballot. There will be instructions up here tomorrow morning reminding you of how these work. The topic is going to be displayed right up at the top. Write the wording from the NSDA. It's telling you what the point ranges are, who the competitors are. In the team debates, you're going to rank the competitors. Remember, ranks cannot be tied, but they can be split across teams. So this kid could be my first, and this kid my second, and my third, and my fourth. That's fine. So not making any judgments about these children right now. I have no idea who they are. But we can assign them ranks across teams, or this could be the 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 3. Okay, those can't tie, but I could believe that speakers have tied on points. So I could give a 28 to this speaker and this speaker and this speaker, even if I think that they're all equal, and that would be fine. Remember, we're thinking about points kind of like letter grades. So a 30 is an A plus, a 29 is an A, a 27 to 26 is a B, a 25 is a C, and if you're giving a speaker a 24, I really should know why that speaker is getting a 24. There should have been some kind of contact made with the tab staff to let us know that there is a particular reason why that competitor has scored that low. And then at the bottom of the ballot, I'm going to choose the winning entries code, and I'm going to make sure that if I choose AK3100, they are the AF, that these match up. If I think that the winning side gave the better arguments but were not the better speakers, because remember, points are about speaking, I'm going to check this box that says that they got a low point win. They won the debate round, but they did not win the speaking competition portion of the round. If you think that they were both the better speakers and the better debaters, then you're not going to check that box because you would have given them more points. This box is the most important box in the round because this is where I'm going to put, I believe that X side won because. That's the most important decision that I am making as the judge. I think that these kids won because the argument they made about why was more compelling for the following reasons. Or something like the arguments they made against the other team's side left them with no offense because, and then I'm going to say why. Or the responses that they made to the other team's arguments against their side convinced me that they should win because. So there are a whole bunch of ways that I could frame this, but I should be explaining why I believe that they won. And I also want to offer some constructive feedback. Even if a team won, there's probably things that they can improve. And even if the team lost, we want to make them get better because they're going to be debating this topic at least one more time in every single category. So I'm going to offer some constructive feedback to both the winner and the loser. And then there are these tabs that have just the team's codes on them. So AE3100, if I type feedback in here, that will just go to AE3100 and their coach. So if I want to say something like, maybe the second speaker was sort of answering the cross-examination questions that were given to the first speaker. So I want to put a reminder, please let your partner answer their own questions. They were doing a good job, but you started to talk over them. So I want to give feedback to just this team. I don't want the other team to see that. It doesn't pertain to them and it might be a little bit embarrassing. And if I want to maybe type some like really, really positive feedback to a team, that I don't want the other team to see, I'm going to do that under AK3100. So I'm going to put something like, I'm really impressed with the professionalism that you showed when the other team's second speaker began answering questions for the first speaker. You did a really good job of talking to the first speaker, and it was great to see. The other team's coach doesn't need to know about that. This is specific to this team. I'm going to want to make sure that I'm always clicking on this save feedback as frequently as I can so that this feedback gets saved and it gets sent to the right kids. So all of the ballots in policy, PF, and LD are going to look very similar to this one. You're going to have tabs for the individual competitors, and you're going to have your reason for decision, which is your most important tab. If you don't feel like you have individualized feedback to give to each competitor, that's okay. You don't have to put things in these other tabs, but they are always useful. And then up here at the top, we see our room link. We also saw that back here on the beginning. That's going to take you to the room where the kids are competing, but I'm not clicking it today because the competition doesn't actually start until tomorrow, and so I don't want to go into that room yet and get it started. So if you want to see what the room looks like again, go take a look at the Extemp video. It's also in this playlist. Thank you so much for judging